I practice law, business and tax law for a living. I also donate time as part of various community and charity activities. For the last 2 decades, I've been chairman of the State and Local Tax Committee of the State CPA Society. I'm on the executive committee of the Charleston Regional Chamber of Commerce. I am volunteer or pro bono attorney and member of the executive committee and the new co-chairman of the West Virginia State University Foundation. And I also teach continuing education classes for the WVU Law School, the West Virginia CPA Society, and the Tri-State Tax Conference. I work full-time. I got a call from Steve 2 months ago asking if I'd be willing to donate and create 2 doors for the synagogue. I immediately accepted, fearful that he would rescind the offer. So the project is to create a couple doors, pair of doors, as entrance to the new conference center for the synagogue. The fundamental design of the doors is a glass door using a Torah scroll as a divider of the glass, what's called a muntin, and using it instead of just a square muntin to use an object as the divider to divide the top and bottom glass in the door. The door frame is white oak, and it has a historic connection all of its own. Specifically, it started like this, and this is a remnant timber from the 1990s era refit or rebuilding of the American ship USS Constitution in Boston Harbor, known as Old Ironsides. The reason I chose this particular lumber was to emphasize not only the tradition of this synagogue, but the tradition of this synagogue and the Jews in America to the contribution they've made in America and to West Virginia, because they are a significant part of our state's history, our nation, and our national history. And this door is intended to incorporate and merge together and recognize both traditions and both contributions. Now that we've talked about the frame of the door, let me show you the 18th century techniques with which the door is assembled. The doors are put together out of rails and stiles, and they are joined with a tongue called a tenon into a slot called a mortise. And this is the way that woods have been joined together for literally thousands of years. The Torah scroll is my attempt to bring the synagogue and its membership into ownership of the doors. And the Torah scroll is an exact copy, as close as can be made, of the actual Torah scrolls, and there are 5 of them, at the synagogue. The Torah scrolls are hand-created and handwritten on parchment with a spool on which they are wound and unwound. The tradition is that as a young man comes of age, he is trained to read Hebrew, and when he reaches a certain age, he is graduated or bar mitzvahed, and that process is he reads to the congregation from the Torah scroll. The particular Torah scrolls at the synagogue go back to the creation of the synagogue. So not only are the current members have the experience of reading from this particular Torah scroll, but perhaps their fathers and grandfathers as well. This is a creation in wood to simulate the Torah scrolls at the synagogue, not just a Torah scroll, but the Torah scrolls at their synagogue, so that it makes the congregation members feel more at home with this particular design and incorporate their individual synagogue tradition into the doors. The doors are intended to provide both a welcome and an exit message from the beginning and end of the service. They start with the phrase, "Oh, how goodly are thou house, O Jacob," and they show that to the visitor as he enters, and then when the visitor leaves, he sees the other message, which is the ending of the service, "Go in peace, come in peace." It's a great deal of satisfaction. I'm very appreciative of the synagogue for the opportunity to share their tradition, as well as make a statement to them how much we appreciate the tradition, the contribution they've made to our state.